want to make sure I have enough juice so I can like do the whole tallying of votes later. Anyway, our next storyteller is Jim O'Grady. Where are you, Jim?
All good, all good. All right. It's tryout day for freshman football, and very oddly, I'm there. Here is the scouting report on my potential as a high school football player. Jim O'Grady is so skinny, we kind of suspect he's two-dimensional. He can't block, he can't tackle, he can run very fast, especially when motivated by fear. So I'm going to try out for this team. I'm standing there on the line with all the other guys who are trying out for wide receiver. The quarterback of this team is already decided. His name is Tom Novak. Tom Novak is tall, he's blonde, and here's the thing. It's as if the king and queen of a prom for Greek gods had sex on a mountain and then brought the child down unto us. That is Tom Novak. So I'm standing there at the tryout, and it's my turn. And Tom Novak says, hike, and I sprint, and I get past the defender, and Tom Novak throws a perfect spiral 60 yards in the air that lands like a pillow in my palms. Touchdown. And the coaches on the sideline, they all look at each other and go, that could work. So I make the team, and Tom Novak takes me out for ice cream. We walk into the shop, there's a young woman behind the counter, and she sees me first. And she gets an expression on her face of boredom so profound. It's like she's French. And then she turns to Novak. And now it's like she's seeing Jesus. And Jesus has been working out. She puts a few scraps into my cone and then piles the scoops onto Tom's cone. And when we get outside, Tom goes, they sure do give you a lot of ice cream in this place. And I say, Tom, stop. And I hold my cone next to his. And I really do think I'm the first person in his life to demonstrate these distinctive realities to him. They say that when the Buddha was a young man, before he became the Buddha, he took a carriage ride one day out through the gates of the family palace into the outside world to see how other people lived. And through the window, he saw by the side of the road a starving man, and it shocked him into humanity, into humility. That's what I am for Tom Novak. I'm his starving man. But here's what he does. He takes his ice cream and he gives me half. And that's the surprise. The golden boy is not an asshole. He's actually a decent person. So we win a lot of football games, or Novak wins the games and we just help. And now we're in the championship game. We're on the 50-yard line. There's like 30 seconds left. We need a touchdown to win. We're in the huddle. And Novak, his arm is sort of dangling. On the previous play, he'd been crushed. And it's sort of hanging out of his socket. But he's a hero, and he calls a pass play. And I go to the line, and he says, hike. And I run out into my pattern, and he sort of heaves the ball. It just sort of wobbles and hangs in the air. And there's a guy on the other team playing a position called safety. Some high school guys are just flaming factories of testosterone because they've been shaving since the womb. That's the safety. He's a monster. I jump to catch the ball and he destroys me. I'm on the ground, the ball's on the ground, incomplete pass. I get up, kind of woozy. I go back to the huddle. 1 play left. So now Novak calls a run for himself to my side of the field. Here's the problem with that. For this play to work, I have to block someone. So I get to the line, and across from me is the safety, the monster. I should say one thing that I forgot to say earlier. The whole reason I tried out for this team is one day I was on the bus and Novak came over and sat down next to me and he said, "O'Grady, I hear you're fast. Here's the deal. My one shot at college is a college scholarship, a football scholarship. I need to start winning championships now. So why don't you come to tryouts? We'll see how fast you are." And here's what I had said to that. Nothing. I wanted to be his friend so bad. I just sort of went, oh. So now there's 1 play left. A run to my side of the field. Novak says, hike. I run as hard as I can, right at the safety, and I hit him full force, as hard as I can. And he just sort of shed. And it's as I'm falling that I get the inspiration. These are the final moments of the last organized football game I will ever play in. Unlike Novak, who will go on to a Division I school on a football scholarship. But as I'm falling, I grab the safety's jersey and I pull him down on top of me. Yeah. Totally illegal. Novak roars past, down the sideline, into the end zone, touchdown, we win. The safety jumps up and starts wailing on him. Totally justified. And then they come over and they pull us apart and they drag him away. A couple of minutes go by, temper's cool, and then the ref sends the safety back to me to apologize to me, which I graciously accept. The Buddha says that the key to happiness is to cease wanting and detach from desire. And he's right. Because I wanted to win too badly, too much, I cheated. And I promise you, to this day, I regret it. But what I don't regret is wanting to be friends with Tom Novak. Because first of all, I found out he's not a god, he's a guy. But still, to learn in high school that a guy like that could be a friend, a real friend to me, that is enlightenment. Thank you.